Paul Rosenblum is a bookkeeper, not an accountant or a CPA. Although the information in this podcast comes from professionals, it's meant to give you enough knowledge about these subjects to have a meaningful dialogue with your tax preparer about bookkeeping and taxes.
It's almost Labor Day as I write this, and as a bookkeeper, right before Labor Day, I start thinking about ramping things up, working a little faster, smarter, and more efficiently. No, this is not the time for me to take the last vacation of the summer. I don't think about the last time I get to spend time at the pool or the beach, or putting away my white slacks in bags to store for the winter. Nope, I think about the fact I have only 4 months to get all of my clients up to date and get ready for tax season, which will be here way sooner than I think. I think about the September 15th deadline for corporations and partnerships on extension and the October 15 deadline for LLCs and sole proprietorships. And this year, along with all of that, I'm thinking about this podcast and making time to write and record episodes to share with all of you. So when you were on your last vacation of the summer, I was working very hard getting things prepared, printing out reams of paperwork that have to get entered into the accounting databases, but also having great memories of the 2 vacations that I took this summer for the first time in my adult life in June and in August. For me, it's now that the real work begins. This is the time of the year that all the people who I've been trying to get in touch with in the past month to only get voicemail and no call back actually call me back and want their work done yesterday. My Zoom will always be on and ready, and I will probably start to forget to eat lunch because I'm too busy. My wife doesn't want to hear that one. Phase 1 of the 2024 tax season is just starting for me as a bookkeeper. 5 10-hour workdays during the week, and on the weekends, I put on my podcast hat, which I really enjoy, but I'm not complaining, really. And I say this because you, as a business owner, or you, as a new or seasoned bookkeeper, should have similar feelings about the end of the year. Here is a partial checklist of things to do in the next 4 months to prepare for tax season if you're a bookkeeper or a business owner. Number 1, go through all the subcontractors and make sure you have W-9 forms for all of them, and then make sure that all the information on the W-9 forms is entered into your accounting system. Number 2, bookkeepers. Make sure that all of the bank accounts, credit card accounts, and loan accounts are entered and reconciled without any transactions left over that can't be accounted for. Number 3, business owners. Start looking at and absorbing your profit and loss reports for the year if you haven't been doing that monthly since January. Know your numbers, look at trends, see what months have higher sales and a higher profit, and which months of the year are lower. Analyze with or without your bookkeeper the amount of monthly money you need to keep your business open. For an example, rent, payroll, utilities, telephone, office supplies, etc. And see if you can save money by moving to another supplier without losing any quality. If you are the owner of a corporation, talk to your bookkeeper or accountant about adjusting your own salary higher or lower to adjust the profit of the company and your K-1 that your tax preparer will give you when you get the final prepared tax return. Number 5, take a look at credit card debt and make a game plan between Labor Day and the end of the year. Try and figure out the best way to pay the balances down if you owe money to multiple credit cards. And I'll give you a hint, this will be discussed as part of a live webinar in the second half of September. 6, you can use a whiteboard like I do to write all of this down and create your own checklist and make a game plan to do everything on that checklist by the middle of December. 7. Schedule some meetings with your accountant or tax preparer right after October 15 to do some tax planning. Don't wait until the last minute. Do it now. Number 8. Get a new cell phone. I usually get one in September, so I will be prepared to text what feels like 100,000 text messages from January to April of the following year without the phone malfunctioning, kind of like I do by April 15th of every year. Number 9, if you're a bookkeeper, if the computer is showing any signs of wear and tear, I'd get a new one right around Labor Day when the sales are really good. And also get 2 fresh set of batteries for the wireless mouse. And number 10, again for bookkeepers, get your eyes checked around Labor Day. You'll need to see well to fight the overtiredness that you will have for the next 6 months. So make sure your eyeglasses are up to date. And as a bookkeeper, if you have people coming to your office, treat yourself to some new clothes so you can look your best during tax season. I love my crisp white shirts. And if you're like me, get an extra half hour of sleep every night, have an extra half a cup of coffee every day, listen to slightly faster music than normal, talk a little faster, move a little faster, type a little faster, calm down, and have a little more focus than normal. For me, that's the beginning of ramping it up for tax season, which is, by the way, 4 full months from now. This is the time of year for me to start to schedule webinars from October through March on subjects such as QuickBooks Desktop or QuickBooks Online, how to read financial reports, and my favorite, the top 10 small business tax tips. That's usually partially sponsored by the Small Business Administration of New York City, among others. And by the way, now that I have this podcast, I will announce here when all of the webinars are scheduled. I'll also be making short episodes on some weeks that the regular length episodes don't go live to announce webinars that I do for others and how to sign up for them for free, and also some live LinkedIn webinars that I have planned to start in late September. And these short episodes will also include some quick tips for small businesses. So stay tuned for that. So enjoy your autumn knowing that I'm inside working feverishly 10 hours a day to get everything done on schedule, correctly, and completely. Well, at least I try to do that anyway. But seriously, reach out to me if you are a business owner who needs more advice about how to prepare for the end of the year, or if you're a bookkeeper who needs some other ideas about how to prepare for tax season, especially if it's your very first one. And I might be kicking myself in the foot here, but I am accepting new clients, so leave me voicemail on the website or email, and we can have a conversation about what your specific needs are. Happy Labor Day. I hope you took the day off. I did. And why is it called Labor Day, by the way? It should be called No Labor Day. But I digress. I'll be in your car speaker or earbud soon, so stay tuned. And as always, I really appreciate everyone who has subscribed and listens to each episode of this podcast as it comes out. I'm honored. I'm Paul Rosenblum.